Hello, my name is Dominic Underhaul and welcome to another episode of Moonbreaker. In today's episode, we're going back to a list we did quite a while ago now. We're going back to our Gardener Joe's Turtle and Trees list. So, the point of this list is to try and just set up a position far in the back, defend it as well we can, and try and build up Furia to try and end the game. So, what we've got is we've got Beatrice here as a bit of a front line. We've got our early drops of Deadeye and Stitchy McPatchy. Deadeye to put a little bit of damage out, Stitchy to keep us healthy. We've got Savria for a bit of protection, we've got Torian for protection, we've got Fate Twister for protection, we've got Aegis Defense Stone for protection, Nectar Mine for even more protection and a bit of healing in there as well, and then Florio as an alternate win condition, all stuck behind the plants and the nourishes of Gardener Joe, with those, that nourish just making us a little bit tougher to deal with, and hopefully stacking up long enough that, Furia doesn't ever take any damage, she's taking one, getting nourished every turn, it balances out. And hopefully we can keep this going long enough to, just have a little bit of fun and see if we can take out the opponent with a one big swoop. So, we're going to jump into a game. If you're enjoying this, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join us over on Patreon. I can't tell you enough how much the subscriptions really do mean to me. Making a bit of a push is something that I've been really trying to do for a while, and seeing those numbers go up just brightens my mood every single day, so thank you if you are able to do that. It is genuinely appreciated, every single one of you. But for now, I'll see you once we get in the game. Okay, we have found ourselves a game. We're against Galadorian again. I believe we played them fairly recently, so we got Joe this time versus Xuna, so this is an interesting matchup. Very defensive potential on both sides. We'll have to see how this goes in practice. So this is a long map as well, so getting ourselves to a point where we can actually contest, which is in the middle, not so sure about this. This doesn't feel like it's going to be a great one for us. So we're going to move up. We're going to plant our Deadeye down as far forward as we can. And we're just going to fertilise soil because there's no point in putting plants down anywhere near here because we need to be the opposite side of the map. This will, however, give us the option of getting onto the map fairly early on, so we can start chipping away at them in theory, as long as the movement buff is enough. I think it should be just about, and this will give us that extra early option to get onto the point. So our follow-up is probably either going to be Beatrice or Savria. It might just be Beatrice. She's just big, beefy, slows them down, and we can take our time. We can put Torian behind it. We can start trying to heal up with we're getting those heals going with Gardener Joe, and it might just be worth it more than using Savria's ability, but it depends. Yeah, I mean, definitely now. That's not even a difficult choice anymore. So, we don't have a good angle onto Maximus, which is a shame. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take a good angle onto Xuna. We'll Ozos ourselves and take that shot. We might as well just get some damage on. Move as far as we can up here. And to be honest, kind of frustrating that we can't quite fit Beatrice the other side. So it may be that this isn't what we do after all. I mean, given that only one of their things can hit us, this might be one of those turns where we actually just wait and pass for Furia as our option. I mean, I'm going to plant a Thornvine down because I think this makes sense. We've already nourished, haven't we? So, oh no, sorry, we released Ozos rather. We might as well plant a vine now because we're going to have to contest this objective at some point. They're going to start getting damage in here and we need to heal up somehow, so maybe putting like a 5 drops of Furia down early on and try to defend with that. Or we could go for like Defense Dome and Stitchy and just go full on defense. I do think if we're doing this we need to try and slow Toltecan down a little bit. So this could just be a Beatrice turn here. Ooh, okay. What's good about this is we might be able to just block things off. And we've already got something that can deal with this. Funnily enough, we're actually blocking ourselves off with this, which is hilarious. So, taking this shot seems reasonable. We're going to want to move far enough forward that we can deploy Beatrice out. Because I actually think now is a better time to deploy Beatrice because we can play her more aggressively. So we can just, as in, deploy her right at the front.
With you till the end.
Maybe just move back with Deadeye to keep a bit safer.
Dead ahead.
And then deploy maybe our own Torian. Like over here. In fact, if we put Tori in here, we benefit from this as well. We can fertilise soil these. Oh, we have to line of sight it. Okay, so fertilise soil there, I guess. And I suppose at this point we could just plant another thorn vine, but I don't think we've got a good angle for it. If we could plant one more defensively, we would do. You know what? This one's going to move, so I think we just end here. And then the thorn vine... Okay, it missed anyway, but that's fine. We've now got a super defensive front line, and so there's a good chance we can just sort of deal with this as much as they can. So they've got as much chance to hit as we do. We can attack back. We've got heals coming in from other units. Okay, frustrating that we miss as much as they do. If they hit this and we miss that, then that's a very sad series of affairs there. But it's okay, we can deal with it. Like, we've got a good chance of getting some damage onto Torian, especially... Oh no, because they've got heals. This is such a bizarre, like, slap fight. I think it's going to come down to us just deploying Florio now. So actually I think that should be... Florio and Tantan work really well here. Interesting, maybe our melee... I don't think it's quite going to reach there, but it'd be good if it did. We'll check. No, we're just short. So, Deadeye ourselves. Where do we poke this time? I think, honestly, just the enemy captain and making sure we stay out of range of melee range could actually be a pretty reasonable choice. So we'll just keep doing this. I don't think we even need to attack. We just want to be... We've kind of trapped ourselves here as the problem, because the vine is just in range. I mean, we're going to be able to play Florio next time anyway. So this could just be a Nectar Vine back here, I think. Can we get all our units in range? That looks like we might just... In fact, well, that doesn't matter until next turn, so let's just go with Defense Dome. If we're doing Defense Dome, we might as well put... Let's just put it back here and make them come to us. Again, we're going to fertilise all this soil. And I suppose... Yeah, we just block things from moving a bit. Now we can plant a thorn vine over here. We actually don't want to melee anything either. We just want to set up our defensive position and start working towards our Florio, basically. Florio is our chance of winning this. None of this really matters that much if we can keep healing, so... Yeah, we want to get in range of this, is the problem. Okay, we're getting some damage out, which is nice. It could be that we have to just switch focus with Deadeye if we find a good target. But mostly here I'm just going to be putting Florio down and seeing what we can do. They can heal one unit at a turn, but if we can hit more than one, we're in a good spot. So Bitos, they've got more damage. What's their next deployment going to be? If they stay bunched up here, first of all, this is going to be a great Beatrice attack if that's the case. If they just were a little closer with Maximus, we'd be in a good spot, but they haven't done anything with Maximus yet anyway, because Maximus can't actually damage anything except for the dome. So he could go for the dome, but it doesn't do anything. Miss. Okay, those misses on Maximus is nice, because now we can potentially get a double attack with Beatrice on top of getting our Florio down. So look at this. Now this is worth doing. Or is it? Is it actually worth it? I think... Oh no, Florio's 7 now. Of course it is. So we need to play Nectar Vine. So we get 5 this turn, so we get 6 next turn. So if we play Nectar Vine in this, and Nectar Vine and Stitchy... Do you know, I think we actually just play Nectar Vine. And just pop Nectar Vine down, say, here for now. We'll release our Ozos. And again here we're just going to push at the enemy captain a little bit. We're going to hold fast here. I mean, this is great if they miss. It's really bad if they hit. And they've got 2 chances at 50%, so we're going to leave that for now. We're not going to play Stitchy in case we just get to play Florio next turn. So I guess we're just again fertilising more soil. No point in playing another thorn vine, I don't think, so we'll just end here. We've kind of trapped ourselves here is the unfortunate part. If we hadn't trapped ourselves, I think we'd be in a great spot because we could be essentially healing Beatrice. So what they need to do here is deal with Beatrice specifically, or we're going to start just healing up. But the Florio is going to be maybe a little too late. I mean, nothing's really happening here, but we've got a little bit of chip damage on their captain. This is such a mess. I think this is possibly one of those situations where a bit of RNG in their favour here would work out well. That's good for us. Hit Maximus for free. They have got the heals on him anyway, but Maximus can't hit anything except for the dome. If he tries for it, nothing else will take any damage. So, yeah, go for the... I mean, you can't go for anything, really. But we can deploy Florio next, and we can start just trying to get this game on its way. Deadeye might just be worth poking at Arya, but it could also just be the case we want to hide back here, because we're gonna heal up at the end of turn. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, honestly, looking at this, the more I look at this, the more I think we just bombard Xuna for as many turns as we can. So if we just like tuck behind here so that they can't see us, Ozos herself and hit Xuna again, and then we're just going to deploy ourselves a Florio. Florio can go back here, it's as safe as possible, still in the dome range. Fertilise some soil. Again, forget we need to have line of sight. Because we would heal some back, we could go for this. We would take 3 back. I honestly think it's more important just to keep ourselves alive. I just think this turn, we wait, we heal everything up, we take some pot shots, and then we work on Florio, the enemy captain. If they play anything that can heal, that'll be our target. Okay, so they can now go for defense dome. But if they go for dome, we're just going to move the dome in and start healing it. Because this is fine. Like, it's going to take a while to get through this, and we're going to be burning them down at a rapid pace until this is sorted out. If they kill any of our units other than dome, we're just going to play Stitch out and keep healing the dome, or Tantan out, Severe out and saving our souls as well. We could even just move things in front to block it. I mean, we can even just move Deadeye back out now and take shots, because we're not going to take shots there. We're going to push at the captain because that's our win condition, but you know, we can just use body blocking and things like that. Noxie, okay, Noxie's interesting. I don't think they have much that does it here. They could potentially use this to trigger and get us to hit back. There we go, so now they get their... Oh, they don't get the trigger because the passive isn't active yet. Which means that when we bomb everything except that, and that actually works out for us with Florio. So we want to hit these 4, but not Noxie. There we go. So that works out pretty well. What's our accuracy here? 70. So if we Ozos here, we can actually kill this. Which means that if we Beatrice over here, we can just push some damage through in different angles here. Which can push us over here to take out this. There we go. We don't need to move anywhere in particular. We can fertilise. Oh, we still don't have line of sight on anything. Honestly, as long as this... Okay, actually, you know what? We are going to go for moving this here to body block a little and just moving in here to get the heals. Florio moves out, so we just move Florio back in. And again, fertilise some soil. So I think Florio is our saving grace here. I think this game is slowed down to the point that all we're going to do is just bombard over and over again until we just deal with Xuna. Like, nothing else really matters. We can get good value out of this. They can't kill anything through the damage reduction. We've got the real fortress set up. They need to get some really, really good luck on their hits, because everything is just going through this brick wall of Beatrice Torian on the front lines. Again, this is only a 50% chance to hit, and if it misses, they're going to take damage on their own amplified Bitol as well. So 50-50 here to even get through this, and then they have to hit it again to even kill it. So again, going for the dome, that's fine. Going for Florio, also fine. None of this is a worry for me right now. Sure. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't do anything, so Maximus just wasted his attack because of Defense Dome. This is such a hard situation for our opponent to chew through. That miss is important, and if they don't go for the Toxoid attack as well, that's really good for us. It's because we can bombard Baitol first. Okay, they're going to heal. Okay, that makes sense. If they heal Baitol, we're good. They didn't heal. Okay, so this is pretty much GG here. So we're going to bombard all of these, clear up some space. I mean, we're not far off just having lethal, but if we can then just pop up here, take the shot onto this. We will line up the shot here to clear both of those out. Move in this direction and just start pushing more and more hurt onto Xuna. And now we are pretty much at the point where not much can do anything about us. Again, we'll fertilise some soil. Oh, for goodness sake, the line of sight every time. I'm going to plant a thorn vine this direction just to make Maximus sad. Make it harder for him to shoot Florio. We may as well release those ourselves because we are the best range unit. Who had move just these things. Don't need to worry about those. So we've gone from being in a real stalemate in the middle to having just a huge amount of power here. Like, we've got our full 6 units out, we've got leadership stacking up to the maximum, we've got bombardment coming from a distance, and we only need to get basically 2 turns of activations to just kill their captain entirely. So they have to find a way now of stopping Torian attacking their captain. So they need to put that minus accuracy on there, and we can just, you know, I believe this should still be fairly easily in range. Yeah, we may go out of range next turn, but we just have enough resources. They're going to go for the dome, which is this going as well is brutal. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to heal this again. We are going to be slightly out of range here. So what we might have to do is try and kill this with something. In fact, if we can bombard this, we might be able to shoot it again with Deadeye to move it out the way, and then move Torian up to kill the enemy captain. That might be what we have to do, or see if we can find a way to get up here and blow this up. Stitchy could be the answer for them. If there was ever a way through, Stitchy was it. So, can we get everything we want to dealt with? So, the Toxoid died, but there is potential for another one. So we need to just see if we can get a unit through that space, basically, and I'm not convinced we can. So this is going to be interesting. So if we just shoot all of these first. Deadeye is going to want to... Can we? No, not quite. Anywhere we can get 100% on it. We want to be this sort of angle, so... Let's go here, see if we can shoot this out of the way. We cannot. Okay, so now how do we go about this? We've actually got ourselves in a bit of a pickle, which is really entertaining. I like this. We may not be out of this because I thought we were going to have enough space there, but we do not. Honestly, the dome is probably just done for here. So what we want to do is just move ourselves forwards. Our own... what are they called? Our own static defences are actually causing us problems here. The dome can just move up. Let's just move the own dome back here. Make them go in an awkward direction so that we can just at least chip some damage back. They're going to have enough ways of dealing with this. There we go. So this is mandatory every turn for a while. But just if we can keep Florio alive, I think we still just have this in the long run anyway by taking out enemy units. They have to basically go dome first, which is going to take 2 of their activations up. Yeah, and then Arya can go for that as well. So I actually think maybe we should have gone for Stitchy last turn. Stitchy could have been the bigger choice. And getting it over here, interesting. I don't know if we've got this game anymore. I think this could be a very interesting one from now on. I thought we had this. I thought we were in the bag, so to speak, but definitely not. So I do think now that even though they're getting low, we probably just have to switch our focus to units, which I don't like. But if we can get Stitchy down, then we're okay. But it's these thorn vines being in the way is actually a problem. We've sort of boxed ourselves in to the point that we can't deal with things. So we're going to have to try and take out Arya first, and then potentially something over here. Then potentially the big boy. That's okay. I think that actually moves them back into Florio range. Yeah, so we can bombard both of these at once, which is good news for us. Because all we really want to be doing is hitting both of those. So let's just move over, get this bombard. If we could hit that as well, that'd be great, but this works out just fine. Does this hit Stitchy? It does. I think that's worth it. Now the question is, can we get any angle onto good old Stitchy here? So it's a 0% angle. But can we make it high enough that it's worthwhile? I don't think we can, so I think we're just going to come over here and just start dealing with Maximus. But now we can deploy another unit. So if we pop down, I mean, it has to be Furia, right? Fury is the only real option left. We will fertilise the soil over here this time, so we get, again, more movement. Torian can just... If Torian kills this, then we're actually in a very good spot as well. We might be able to poke... Yeah, so we poke it onto Beatrice as well. Toltecan's not coming back realistically now. So Furia's getting big and beefy. They've still got a couple of things... why is my unit moving? Oh, of course, it's just walking into myself. Oh, they pulled it, that's why. Yep, so they can kill this. But with Furia on the battlefield, they need to really run. They also need to deal with Stitchy as well. I like to use Stitchy. Yep, this is all fine. It's honestly, we might just be Florioing over here or trying to deal with the middle. Something needs to go down, and I'm not really sure what. Okay, Stitchy's doing that is good for us. I think we're lacking range. Like, funnily enough, with the bombard still, we're actually lacking range. If they don't move Stitchy, we're just in a ridiculously good spot, though. Yeah, okay, so Stitchy's the one that needs to go away, so that's fine. They've done that, that's correct. So now, like we said before, we actually do need to start looking at units rather than captains. So taking out the big guy in the middle, taking out maybe Arya if we can. Even just going for Maximus for a turn could be worthwhile with Florio. So, what do we think is worth it first? I mean, we can get 3 more damage onto the enemy captain, but that doesn't really accomplish anything. Beatrice could hide. I think we just go back round here. We're just changing tact all over again, going back where we started. Again, fertilising our soils. And it's where do we want to kill? To be honest, I think Maximus first. Do you know what we could even just do is go for... If we go for this, if we hit this, this is worth it. There we go. So we got that hit. We'll just bombard her to death. And we can pop... We could even just pop Savria down over here or over here. But it could also just be Fate Twisted Tantan as well. I think it's Savria for the moment. We just want to be outside of nonsense range. No, we don't want to do that. And the only other thing we've got is Florio, so Florio can stay where he is. Keep those heals going. Again, I don't think they control the middle, do they? Oh, they do. Oh dear, we're in trouble. We need to actually deal with that. So, we need to just basically move Torian up here and start chipping away, but that's fine. So they're going to take some damage at least from the super buffed up plant. Sure. They've given us that point. Oh, so they're just going to go to kill Beatrice. That's fine. We're okay with that. all we really need is for Furia to live. Because if we can kill this in the middle, we literally just don't care about anything else particularly. So I'm going to go with... We've got Florio still. So it's all about what Florio needs to kill. And yeah, we can use Furia to kill Maximus, which is fine. We've got nearly enough damage. Potentially we actually have got enough damage to kill Big Boy in the middle as well. Fairly free actually. It's all about having the Cinder to do so, and I think we do. With our plant here, if we can just move slightly further into range and get our plant healing up. What's our nourish range? Not nourish, healing range, either way. So let's just take this nice and slow. We want to give ourselves the best chance of not dying. Can we hit that and over there? No, we can't. So we'll go with this first. We're going to shield barrier ourselves. Let's hit this.
I'll keep my eyes on you.
And then we're going to just move over here. Go for that. Again, fertilizing somewhere. It doesn't matter where. We can't do anything really. Honestly, I think we'd rather just have Beatrice die. But let's just make them run away towards us again as well.
Increased gravity.
Yeah, because we don't care about any of this. They've got literally one unit that's completely useless, one that will die eventually. They've got nothing this side now. We've still got a good amount of things to go. Like, we can't save our Vine, but at this point we're now just going to be ticking up Furia. Stop hurting us, you stupid Vines. Because they have to come in to deal with us. Yeah, that's fine. Because Tantan works now, so does Stitchy. This is also fine. We can play both of them now. So we're going to be down to 6 units each. But we've got real late game in what we've got left, and I'm not convinced that they do. Yeah, we can just start bombarding things every turn. It's going to be dealing with Stitchy that's the problem. Stitchy has to die as soon as possible. So, ooh, Tipu. Okay. I'm okay with Tipu. We like Tipu. So Tipu is going to get bombarded, as is Broken Vengeance. Because if we stay through here, there's almost no accuracy whatsoever for them to hit us. Tipu, Toxoid and everything. Wow. So this is a good bombard. We'll just take this because I'm fairly confident the Broken Vengeance should miss on the crackback. Yeah, he doesn't have line of sight anyway. Brilliant. So if we shield barrier ourselves here, we'll pop this up front. I think we just... What do we go for? I mean, we still do have Furia, who can just try and take some hits, but I think we're better off just dealing with this. Which means that we can stay back here, hold this objective still. Then we've got Fate Twister Tantan, who's the big one. Stitch and McPatchy, who's our little safety net here. And once again, we're doing well. So Furia again just wants to stay safe and just in range over here. And we can start ticking things up again. All of these Gardener Joe heals are really important for us. These are just frustrating as all hell, but at least we hit Tipu a bit. We can probably kill Tipu on the backswing. Now we're ticking up points if they don't come onto this point as well. It actually may even be that Noxie's the one that we struggle with. But I think before Noxie's an issue, we can probably just get Fate Twister Tantan to start really going mad with things. This is fine if this is what they go for. They've got reduced accuracy. Okay, so just miss this. Oh, I didn't miss it. That was a big hit actually. So we need to find ways of now dealing with all of this safely. Because if that had lasted for a turn, we would have been fine. Yeah, they can keep healing their captain. It may just be that we need to find a way to deal with Noxie, because Noxie could be the end of everything here. Just get to infinite HP.
The best defense is a good defense.
So we've already got shield barrier. This is so interesting. We might have lost this, honestly. So we can actually bombard Noxie this time because Noxie doesn't have a better target. Can we get Furia in line of sight of Stitchy? That's a really good question, actually. Can she get anywhere with line of sight of Stitchy? Not yet. What can she get line of sight of? Just Toltecan. Again, we can use her to kill Tipu.
Finally.
I guess that's the answer.
Is ordered.
We just shoot Tipu. Clear him out with this.
Pointy staff.
Fate Twister Tantum probably just wants to be fairly safe because it's a very important unit for us. So we'll syringe it. Then we've got the bombard going here, I imagine. Come on, we've got to be able to get L4. There we go. We'll stay slightly further away. Stitchy can hide over here. And Saria can just come in and
Worth the risk.
clear out this. Oh no, we can't clear it out. Anyway, doesn't matter. We're nearly there on the Toxoid. I don't know how we do this at all. This takes off the shield, but then we hit back. Yeah. Oh, they can kill it because they can just hit here now, and then Noxie kills us. So we need to just work on Noxie now. I think Noxie might just end us. It might be that we can't beat Noxie. Although, if we can kill all the Toxoids and stop them taking damage, if they don't have any other ways of forcing damage onto themselves, then potentially we could be okay. Because if we just... It's just Noxie we need to deal with. So we could potentially Fate Twister Tantum that. If we can deal with all of the Toxoids, then we're fine. Because none of this really matters. So we can bombard everything. This is fine. We don't care about any of that really. Furia can just help poke. Again, just it's not enough to deal with Noxie.
Life is flowing.
So what do we do? This is going to be a long game. We need to deal with Noxie, and I don't know how. Like it probably has to be Fate to Asunder, but with this getting back up every turn, we're going to have to start moving backwards. So maybe we are just running and hiding with these things. Florio back here. Bring ourselves down this way. Furia probably just waits now. Actually, Stitchy maybe shouldn't be there. Stitchy should have probably run. Those misses mattered, but now we've got 3 things on there. But they've got 6 points. I don't think we've got enough ways of dealing with that. No, Stitchy's going to go down. This is big. We're going to lose Stitchy. That's probably game. We can empty both of these out, but then Noxie's going to start triggering again. But not if we kill both of these now, and then Fate Twister Tantum Noxie every turn. Then we're okay, because then they only have 1 potential damage a turn. And if we don't deal with Noxie, if we don't damage it at all, they can still walk into our vines though. So our vines are actually going to win them the game, I think. Yeah, so just heal up. So we have to play objectives. But how do we do that? We can't even walk onto them this turn, so that's quite funny. So we're going to bombard these. There's no way we can do enough damage in 1 turn. Oh, this doesn't actually kill the Toxoid, does it? Oops. So in that case, are we just moving here for now? Season of the Hunt over there. Move Florio up. Move Furia up. Up here maybe, yeah. And then I think we fertilised soil already. I don't think we can win this. I think they're going to win on points because I don't think we've got... This is such a good game. Well done, Galadoria. If we'd have hit a few of those, actually, that could have been good. So Toxoid does nothing. But hitting these and dying means they can spawn another one, potentially? Okay, well that doesn't do anything. Oh, they're just going to move block us. They can move block us out. If they move block us out of this completely, we can't win the game. If they just move this to here, they win the game. Unless we kill things and move on to the objective. If they don't attack for this, this is a huge mistake because they just lose their trigger. Okay, yeah, so they're going to lose the trigger. They go lose all the shields there. So maybe our plants chipping away at Noxie could be okay for us. They need to use this attack. If they don't use it, it's... Oh no, OP. That's not how that works. Also, oh, because it healed all the different ways. So Toltecan needs to go down.
It's fine. I'm fine.
Oh, it's the Resilient that's doing the job here. It's really funny. Hitting this would be great. There we go. So we've got all of these.
Uh-oh. Somebody go boom.
We can move up here and just neutralise this. There we go. So now we've got 2 of their units that can't attack. That can, however, so we need to move away from that and keep healing up. We're just still just blocked in place.
Leather platform.
I don't know if we can do this. This is going to be such a grind fest to try and get there. What it will be is trying to see if we can get to one turn where we get enough damage to deal with... Yeah, so there's the miss that they forgot was coming. This is going to hit. Then this is going to miss. Because it can't hit. There we go. What's this doing? They're healing up again. So we can keep bombarding and maybe get the Furia hit. We've already got the Tantan guarantee, which is good. So if I think they're going to forget the Furia before anything else, because we need to, but we do need to stay on this objective. We need to just find a way to get rid of our vines, to be honest. So Zhou's going to have to move around here and start just offering himself up as a sacrifice. Okay, so up here we probably still have to just neutralise the Toxoid because it essentially does the most damage. So we'll season of that, but this is also blocking things off and holding that objective. We can move in place here. Florio can just get some fun times knocked in here. Just deal with some stuff, taking out a bit of Toltecan. Again, keeping the damage onto them is really important. But the fact this base doesn't fit through is infuriating. So let's just move here for now.
Watch how to use this.
We're gonna just hide back here with Furia because she's the only thing that matters. Because she might have the game won for us next turn. But just not giving them points this turn might just be enough if she lives. Okay, can we do it? If they don't realise what's going on, this is probably it. We might just about be able to get the captain kill. So they kill the plant, which is absurd how much damage that took to deal with. They're going to deal with Tantan, yeah. So that's 4 there. They can get the 3 and finish it off, but then Xuna can't move. We've got this. They can't... Oh no, they can heal. If they Stitchy and heal Xuna. If they Stitchy all the way in and heal Xuna, we haven't won this yet. We have to wait another turn. And then we might not be able to get anyone onto the objective. We might if we kill these and then get the Gardener Zhou in. Yeah, they're going to get it. They're going to get that. Okay, so we might be able to move into here. Oh no, because this is going to heal too much. We're not going to be able to get on.
Real fur cup holders.
So we're going to have to just bombard everything. Is the first plan. If we can kill our implants, that's better for us. I don't think it's going to be enough. I wish we didn't have as many plants. We're going to have to basically hope that plants go crazy here.
Anger is petty.
Because the other option is shoot the Toxoid, move on to the objective, and start this dance again. I think that's our only option, because we can't deal 12. Yeah, so we're going to have to just range attack here. We can't get on the objective. Our opponent wins. GG OP. That was a fantastic game. I don't think this touches it. It doesn't. We can't get anything else on. Oh, our opponent. Well done, Galadoria. I'm going to just end the turn, watch these points tick up. That was fantastic. That was such a drawn out game. That felt brilliant. Well played. I am so happy to have played that. I hope you are too. Like, you really, really earned that. That was a fantastic game. I'm sure there's many things that I did wrong in that. I would love to hear from you guys, what you think would have been the better option, where it could have done differently. But I think the points racking up were just, it became too much too early. Maybe I should have slowed that down a bit earlier on. But that was absolutely fantastic. Galadorian, thank you again. I would love to play that game again. I don't think it's ever going to be quite as fun as that one was, but I had a thoroughly good time. If you guys did, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Join us over on Patreon in the description down below. It's the best way to support the channel for the moment. Or you can like and comment, or just let me know what you think. But most importantly, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.